On disassembly, basically reverse of what we've done. I like to take the mouthpiece apart, sometimes attack. Take the barrel off. Basically reverse of what you've done. Now when you're taking these instruments apart, after you finish playing it, I can't stress how important it is to make sure you get all that moisture out from the inside of the instrument. So you need to swab the instrument. Get yourself a good quality swab. This is a cotton, what we refer to as a kite swab. It pulls from the center of the cloth. Make sure that there's no knots in the string. Make sure that the cloth itself is free and not knotted up. And what you want to do is basically, there's a weighted string here. Drop the weight through the center of the bore. And just draw it through and make sure you get all that moisture. Sometimes you have to pull it through 2-3 times. Hold it up to the light. Make sure that there's no moisture in there. You want to get that water away from the inside of the bore. You can do the same thing with the bell. Usually the bell doesn't accumulate too much, but a good idea to run through there. Same thing with the barrel. The barrel is the one that's going to have the most water. Sometimes just drape the swab over your finger and clean out the inside of the receiver as well for the barrel. Okay, now you've got your joints all dry. Take your polishing cloth. Important to get all those fingerprints off the instrument. Again, the acidity in our system can affect the finish on the keys. So important that you wipe all those down. Wipe off those fingerprints. Keep your keys looking clean. It'll just make your instrument last a lot longer and looking in better shape for a long period of time. Okay, so basically we're ready to put the instrument away. You're going to want to do the same thing with the mouthpiece. Pull the ligature off. Take your reed off. And you should have some kind of reed holder for your reed. This happens to be a reed guard 4. You can hold 4 different reeds. Take your reed. You place it on in the reed guards. Be careful with the tip when you're first pushing it in. Just a little bit of pressure, and that'll hold your reeds flat. Okay, and basically you can run the swab through the mouthpiece as well, just like that. Keep it clean. Now for a more thorough cleaning of your mouthpiece, that's one part of the clarinet that you can wash, and you should wash on a regular basis. I would recommend about once a week. Again, when you're washing the mouthpiece, I would use no warmer than lukewarm. So you can run it underneath the tap with some lukewarm water at best, with some liquid hand soap. Mouthpiece brush, if you're very careful, certain parts of the mouthpiece you have to be very careful with. There's what we refer to as the outside rails and the tip rail. So you have to be very careful not to put any scratches on those rails. That's where most of the magic happens on the mouthpieces. So take the mouthpiece brush, run it in a few times. As we're doing this, pretending that there's water here underneath the tap, with some soap and water, and rinse it off, and you should be ready to go. Dry it off with a soft cloth. Once it's all dry, you put your cap back on, your ligature back on, then your cap, then you can store it back in your case. And in a nutshell, that is your assembly and disassembly of your clarinet, your basic maintenance that you need to do. Thank you for joining Massullo Music.